Mindset mastery. You hear it all the time, yet you've tried it all. The weak affirmations, the journaling, the good vibes only garbage. You've been lied to that if you just change your mindset, your whole life will change. But let me tell you, as an elite coach, that for most of you, that advice is built to fail. The real reason you are stuck has nothing to do with your willpower and everything to do with your broken biology. In this video, we are smashing the biggest mindset myths, and I am handing you a brutal, science-backed protocol that actually works by mastering your body, not your thoughts. The self-help world is drowning in soft advice that sounds pretty but fails completely in trenches. If it hasn't worked for you, stop crying. You were just following a broken map. We start right now by destroying the 3 biggest lies holding you back. First up, the most toxic advice alive. Just think positive. Look, optimism is cute, but forcing fake positive thinking will absolutely backfire on you. Hard research by psychologist Gabriele Oettingen proves that fantasizing about your goals tricks your lazy brain into feeling like you've already won. This pathetic, premature victory lap drains your actual energy and kills the motivation to do the heavy lifting. Your brain thinks it already crossed the finish line, so it quits before you even start the race. We will deploy the right way to visualize later, but dreaming about success ends today. The second, most widespread lie is that mindset is everything. This soft idea, which exploded with the growth mindset trend, tells you that just believing you can improve is the magic key to your power. Yes, believing you can grow beats thinking you are born a loser. However, when top researchers demanded real-world impact, they found that growth mindset programs deliver a pathetic fraction of what was promised. Recent meta-analyses prove these effects are incredibly modest and completely depend on the situation. Mindset isn't everything. It's just a tiny fraction of a brutal puzzle. Believing you can build a fortress is nice, but you are still homeless without bricks, mortar, and execution. And that brings us to myth number 3. Wait for motivation. We've all been there, sitting around, waiting to feel inspired. Waiting for some magical lightning bolt of motivation before you finally hit the iron or start that critical business. Here is the reality check. Action and motivation are completely reversed. A hard-hitting therapy protocol called behavioral activation is built on one truth. Action must come before motivation to force it into existence. You do not wait until you feel like it. You execute your way into the feeling. Taking one aggressive, rewarding step forces the momentum you need to conquer. Waiting for motivation is like standing in front of an empty fireplace, screaming for heat before you put in the damn wood. So, if thinking positive and waiting for motivation are dead, what wins? You must master your own biology. Most mindset trash is top-down. It tries to use weak thoughts to beg your feelings and actions to cooperate. That is a losing battle, especially when you are redlined by stress. The ultimate way is the bottom-up approach, forcing your body to command your mind. This starts with your autonomic nervous system. Treat this as your internal command center, running 2 modes: sympathetic, your fight or flight weapon, and parasympathetic, your rest and rebuild protocol. In this soft modern world, most of you are trapped in a state of chronic, pathetic fight or flight. Deadlines, texts, traffic, money stress. It keeps your body vibrating with constant, low-level fear. When your body stays in this alarmed state, your prefrontal cortex, the general of your brain running rational thought, planning, and raw willpower, gets its budget completely cut. Chronic stress destroys cognitive flexibility, wipes out working memory, and breaks your ability to stop impulsive, lazy behavior. You cannot outthink a body that is convinced it is dying. Trying to force a positive mindset when your internal physiology is screaming, "Emergency," is a guaranteed defeat. And look at dopamine. Amateurs call it the pleasure chemical, but it is strictly the motivation chemical. It is the neurochemical driver that forces you to hunt down rewards. Crucially, dopamine spikes not when you get a reward, but in anticipation of the kill. This is the exact engine of how habits are forged. It is not about feeling good. It is about the primal drive to execute the task that yields the reward. Master this mechanism, and you build an execution system that works with your brain, not against it. Hold up. If you are sick of the soft, mainstream self-help garbage and want elite, data-driven protocols to optimize your mind and body, stop scrolling. Smash that subscribe button right now, drop a like, and join the small percentage of people actually doing the work. No excuses. Lock it in, subscribe, and let's get right back into the strategy. Enough talk. Let's weaponize this into a brutal plan. Eliminate mind over matter. We operate on body first, mind follows. This is the body first protocol, and it requires 3 non-negotiable steps. Step 1. Commandeer your physiological state. Before you try to fix a single thought, you change your physical state. You will force a signal to your nervous system that you are in control. 2 of the fastest, most violent ways to do this are breath control and light. First, slow, aggressive breathing. When you consciously slow your respiration down, specifically forcing your exhale to double your inhale, you directly trigger your parasympathetic rest and rebuild system. This is the fastest off switch for high stress. It drops your heart rate instantly and signals the brain to clear the fog. Do it right now. Inhale for a hard 4 seconds and exhale slowly for 6 seconds. Do that for 60 seconds straight. See? Total control, right? Second, hunt the morning sunlight. Get raw, natural sunlight into your eyes within the first hour of waking to lock in your body's master clock, the circadian rhythm. This master clock commands your sleep-wake cycle, hormone optimization, and daily energy. Just 10 to 15 minutes of outdoor light, even in heavy cloud cover, forces a massive alertness signal now and guarantees deep sleep later. Step 2. Strike with one ridiculously small action. Remember, action dictates motivation. We are going to weaponize that fact. Instead of a massive, overwhelming goal, execute one ridiculously small, atomic action. This protocol, engineered by James Clear, is hardwired into how habits lock into the brain. Habits are forged deeply inside a cluster of brain structures called the basal ganglia, your brain's ruthless autopilot. Every single time you execute an action, the routine, triggered by a cue, the prompt, and lock in a win, the reward, you hammer the neural pathway for that habit. Dopamine cements this entire loop. The strategy is to make the action so laughably small you cannot possibly make an excuse. Do not commit to training for an hour. Command yourself to put on the shoes. Do not aim to write a masterpiece. Command yourself to write one sentence. This completely obliterates the barrier to entry and forces the immediate reps you need to make execution automatic. Step 3. Train for reality with mental contrasting. This is how we execute the execution over the just think positive garbage. Instead of only daydreaming about success, you will pair that vision with a cold, hard look at the obstacles. This clinical technique, developed by Gabriele Oettingen, is called mental contrasting, weaponized into a 4-step process called WOOP. W stands for wish. What is the target? O stands for outcome. What is the ultimate victory if you crush it? Feel that power. O stands for obstacle. Now the real work. What is the main internal weakness that will stop you? Fatigue? Self-doubt? No lies. P stands for plan. Create a lethal if-then plan. If the obstacle attacks, then I will execute this specific counteraction. Example, wish. Cook clean, high-performance meals. Outcome, shredded physique and dominant energy. Obstacle, when I get home from work, I am too exhausted to cook. Plan, if I feel exhausted after work, then I will immediately prep the 15-minute meal I already locked in on Sunday. This process builds an unbreakable mental link between the threat and the solution, transforming a potential failure point into an automatic trigger for dominant behavior. Here is your first order. Down in the comments, demand of yourself the one ridiculously small action you will commit to this week. No excuses. Put your running shoes by the door, open the notebook, or execute 2 minutes of deep breathing. Move right now. Lasting power is not about finding more willpower or begging yourself to think positively. It is about deploying the correct strategy, a strategy that commands your biology rather than fighting it. Stop fighting a losing war of willpower against your own nervous system. First, rule your body for safety with breath and light. Second, execute one ridiculously small action and let momentum forge its own motivation. Third, prepare for reality using WOOP, locking your biggest targets to a brutal plan for the roadblocks. You are not broken. You are just executing the wrong manual. Now you hold the weapons, you have the tools, and you have the absolute responsibility to build real, sustainable dominance. If this video woke you up, hit the thumbs up and subscribe for more high-octane, science-backed protocols for your health and power. Stop talking. Start executing.